Hello, my name is Bria McCarroll. I'm the founder and principal therapist for New England Hold Me Tight. This video is to demonstrate the difference between my semi-private workshops and a standard Hold Me Tight workshop. Hold Me Tight workshops are generally held at conference centers and sometimes ballrooms at hotels. There are commonly at least 10 couples present and sometimes 15 or 20 couples. Everyone meets together in a large room for their general presentation, the informational aspects of the Hold Me Tight. And then when couples need to do their own personal work, they are scattered throughout that large room at individual tables, but they're still all in that same big room. This model makes good economic sense for the presenters. It's very efficient. I don't think it makes good sense for you, and I know I wouldn't want that if I was scared that my relationship was on the rocks and we were struggling and I was trying to find a resource that would give me the most help possible, and I was looking at possibly doing a workshop. So I tried to think about what would be important for me in a Hold Me Tight workshop, and that's what I use to design what I now call my semi-private Hold Me Tight workshops. First of all, I would not want to get lost in the crowd. Second of all, I would want to know that this presenter, that this main person knew about me and understood my concerns. Third of all, and this is a big one, I would want things to be kept private. I would want to feel safe enough in the space to be able to have deep conversations, sharing incredibly personal stuff with my partner, knowing that no one was going to hear it. And last of all, I would want to make sure that I had as much time and attention as possible so that I was getting all the good stuff that was supposed to be happening in this workshop. I wouldn't want to miss any of it. So again, this is what I considered in creating my semi-private workshop. So with that in mind, first of all, I keep these workshops very small. There are only going to be 3 other couples with you. So there's a total of just 4 couples, you and 3 others. Second of all, I want to get to know about you. I want to understand your concerns, your hopes, your worries, your fears. So with that in mind, when you complete your registration, you'll receive an email that has a link to a client portal. In that client portal, you and your partner will complete separate, confidential questionnaires, which will allow you to really talk about your relationship, talk about what has worked, what's not working, what are you worried about, what are you afraid about, and also what you're hoping for and what you want to gain from this workshop. So I really get to know you. Third, although we do still meet together in a big space for the general information when I'm sharing videotapes or I'm teaching a concept, because that just makes sense. But when you need to have your private conversations with your partner, you go to a private space. Each of you will go to a separate room throughout this location, and you will be in a space that is comfortably decorated. Actually, this room that we're in is one of the rooms that I use for my semi-private workshops. In the background, you're going to be hearing music, so it's soft and it's soothing. Outside of each door, there's a sound machine, so your privacy is guaranteed. I want you to feel really safe, to have just as much depth and comfort to do these conversations as you can. And last of all, I want you to get this right. I want you to get this information. So with that in mind, both myself and my assistant will rotate amongst your 4 couples. We will go into each room, checking in, making sure that you're on the path that you need to be on. If there's questions, we're there to answer them. If you are going off track, which can happen for sure, we are going to nip it in the bud because we are going around to all of you. We're not waiting for you to raise your hand or for you to get lost and just lose the time. We proactively reach out to every single couple to make sure that you are getting it right, that you're having as deep a conversation as possible, and effectively practicing skills as you can. So again, in summary, what do I do that's different? I don't have 10, 15, 20 couples. I have a max of 4 couples. I don't just have a real blanket intake form where I don't really get to know you. I get to know each one of you through a private, confidential questionnaire form. I don't have a massive people hanging out in some big ballroom or conference center hoping that other people can't hear the conversation. I have each couple in a private room where you have sound machines, background music, it's comfortable so that you can have those in-depth conversations. And I don't wait for you to raise your hand to hopefully get some help. I don't wait for you to get off track and maybe not even ask for help because you're like not even realizing that you're off track. I proactively, both myself and my assistant, reach out to each couple to make sure that you are getting the work done that you need to get done, that you're getting the skills practiced, and that your conversations are going as deep as possible. And why do I do this? Because I know if I was concerned about my relationship and I wanted things to be different, and this was possibly my last option before we were breaking up, I would want to get as much as possible out of this. That is why I designed my semi-private workshops the way that they are, because I would want to succeed, and I want you to succeed. That's what this is all about. Reach out to me if you have any questions or any concerns, and I look forward to seeing you at my next Hold Me Tight. And if you are curious and you want to check out retreats, check them out as well. I have my retreats as an option for couples because sometimes couples, they need to not only get the skills, but they also need to have some intensive therapy done at the same time. Sometimes also in their situations, they need to be able to have the flexibility to be doing things on their own schedule, that they can't follow the group schedule per se, and they have individual issues that are so big that we really need to make a very unique setting. So that is why I do have my Hold Me Tight retreats. So that's another option for you to access. So I love my semi-private workshops. I also love my retreats, as you can imagine. But either way, I want you to do well. So check them both out and find which one's best for you. Okay, I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.